Hey friends, today I'm going to show you how to make these personalized glass etched shot glasses. They're good for gifts or home decor, and I made these for my friends a couple Christmases ago. So if you want to learn how to make these, just keep on watching. So what you're going to need for this DIY is some etching cream, and I have the Martha Stewart brand, but it doesn't have to be this exact brand. A paintbrush to paint the etching cream with, which actually came in the kit that I bought. Some isopropyl alcohol and a cotton pad to wipe the shot glass clean of any residue. Some stencils of your choice. I have these letters that I drew on contact paper, which has a sticky backing so it'll stay on the glass while I paint on the etching cream. A shot glass or any type of glass container that you want to etch on. You're also going to need a craft knife to cut out the stencils and some painter's tape to place on areas you don't want the etching cream to touch. You can also use it to make some stencils on the glass as well. So here I have some letters that I drew on lined pieces of paper, and I have the contact paper for the stencil. So then you're going to want to place it underneath the contact paper so you can trace out the letter. You can choose any design you like. I just chose the first letters of my friends' names to make it more personal. Once you have finished tracing your design, you're going to want to cut it out to a reasonable size to fit on the shot glass and have enough room around the stencil so that the etching cream won't get on the areas you don't want it to go on. And as you can see here, I am not the best cutter, so one side has more negative space than the other side, but that's okay. So now you're going to cut out your design with a craft knife very carefully. You want to take your time with this because you don't want to accidentally cut too much or too little of the design. So with the design I have here, I'm going to cut out the inside of the letter A because that's what I want to appear on the glass. Once you have cut out your stencil, you now need to clean your shot glass or any glass container that you want to use. Get a cotton pad and a little bit of alcohol and gently wipe the shot glass in one direction on the area you want your stencil to be. Make sure you also let the alcohol dry off before placing your stencil on the shot glass. And don't do what I just did when I wiped my finger over the shot glass where I just cleaned it. Yeah. So now you're going to get your stencil, and since I have the contact paper, I'm just going to remove the backing and place the sticky side on the area of the glass where I want the design to be. You're going to press firmly on the edges of the design, making sure there are no air bubbles or gaps so that the etching cream won't seep through. I'm using the back of my crafting knife to press down the stencil, making sure there's no air between the stencil and the glass. Also, take your time with this because if you rush and you miss a place where there may have been a gap, the etching cream will seep through, and this stuff is pretty permanent, so you kind of only have one shot at this, so just be careful and take your time. Also, if you have any places where you feel like the etching cream will seep through, you can just put little pieces of painter's tape like what I'm doing here, just to ensure that the etching cream won't go through that when you paint it on. Yay, so now it's time to apply the etching cream. The instructions on the bottle that I have do say that you should wear gloves, but I like to break the rules and I do have a pretty steady hand, but it is precautionary because this stuff can actually corrode your skin and I don't think anyone would want that. I just don't have gloves on me, which is kind of bad on my part, but just go get some disposable gloves and don't sue me if you do corrode your skin just because you weren't being careful and you did touch the cream. You're going to want to apply a thick layer of etching cream over the design area, and the cream should be applied in a generous, even coat. Once you're done that, you're just going to let it set for 15 minutes. So once the 15 minutes are up, you're gonna rinse the glass under running water to remove the etching cream. Also, I am touching the etching cream and I know I don't have gloves on and this is probably bad for you, but the cream doesn't stay too long on my fingers as the running water just rinses it away anyways. But just wear gloves for your sake. And I've done this a few times already and my skin is still okay, so we're all good. Yay! Once the etching cream has all been removed, pat the surface of the shot glass gently with a piece of paper towel, and once it's dry you can peel off your stencil and see your design. Also, at this point you can only hope for the best that the etching cream didn't seep through, but as long as you are taking your time with pressing the stencil down, then it should turn out just fine. So once you take the stencil off, you now have a shot glass with the design on it. It looks pretty cool, right? It may seem like it would be expensive, but in reality, it cost me about under $20 when I bought the supplies, and I had 12 shot glasses in total, and the etching cream lasts a really long time. So the etching cream that I have can be used on any glass surface. So you can customize glass cups at your home, for example, and when you have guests come over, they could have their own personalized glass cup. These are really great gifts that you guys can make on a budget, and they could also be used as party favors. And of course, you can take shots with them. I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, it really means a lot. And feel free to comment below any ideas for DIYs you would like to see. And don't forget to subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching, bye!